How now, brown cow? Why is La Mer so expensive? You're going to want to stay to the end on this one. My name's Jade, I'm a dermal clinician and I love breaking down skincare brands and their philosophies. This video is not complete without my pearls. La Mer is made from macrocytist, which is a form of a giant kelp. No, darling, I don't know what yellow is. I don't drink yellow. They have a signature fermentation process which takes 3 to 4 months, and they're describing it with using light and sound energy, which is a part of their signature process. They add sea kelp, vitamins, minerals and other pure ingredients, but basically it takes a really long time. Rudolph, can you please bring the caviar? The reason La Mer use light and sound energy in their fermentation process is because it was invented by Dr. Huber, an aerospace physicist. He suffered a burn injury in his lab while experimenting, and after 12 years of searching, he had an epiphany of a lifetime. After 6,000 experiments, La Mer was born. As I refer to it, Nana's Miracle Broth. It is the heart of all their lotions and potions, but what exactly is it? Rudolph, darling, did you know that a doctor invented La Mer? It is made from giant kelp. This species is one of the fastest growing species in the world, and under perfect conditions it has been known to grow up to 2 feet in a single day. Do you remember I said this name? Macrocytist. Why is it so expensive? Because it's amazing, darling. If it is the fastest growing plant in the world, then it would be the most abundant. Oh dear, that's not very exclusive. Why is it so expensive? Here is your answer. Each time the miracle broth is created, it is infused with a few drops of the batch that came before it, and they have been doing this ever since it was created. I saw a documentary on New York bagels that have been doing the same thing with their yeast, and they don't charge ridiculous prices like La Mer. Rudolph, darling, I think they make La Mer just like that vintage bottle that you're getting me now, darling. Hurry up, spit-spot! In this article by Birdie, they found out what the miracle broth actually consists of. It's a mixture of sea kelp, vitamins, minerals, citrus oil, eucalyptus, sunflower and wheat germ and alfalfa, all fermented together. It goes on to say that someone has tested the cream and said that it is one of the best anti-inflammatories they've ever used, and that's why it was able to help heal Dr. Huber's scars. But hang on a little second, hold the phone. Dr. Huber invented La Mer in 1965. What year is it now? How now, brown cow? I started to think about what the benefits were of using a few drops in the last batch and putting it in the new. Scientifically, of course. When you are fermenting anything, whether it be yeast or skincare, you take a little bit from the last batch and put it in the new batch because you want to kickstart it and save money. It can enhance flavour, and it can also make the production faster. It can also help the performance of whatever you're trying to make. But when I start thinking about this scientifically, I'm thinking of developing microbes and your bacteria that you're trying to make. There are only so many that you can try to make, but then can they be made in excess? Rudolph! How many times of reusing is too many times of reusing? There are food rules to this, so I imagine that there are skincare rules to this. So for example, with fermentation of beer, you can only use the same fermentation 5 or 6 times. You must be very careful. Oh, I didn't know that. I like it more now. But as La Mer is only using a couple of drops, I don't know how much this would impact it. I was unable to find any medical journal data giving information on skin fermentation processes and resurrection fermentation. Clinically, I'm thinking if you're kickstarting your batch, you'd be altering the batches. So I would like to know, are the bacteria changing per batch? Is that why the price is increasing? Because these are things that I'm thinking about. Or, as a brand, you have to remain consistent. All your products have to be quality tested and they have to remain the same. So in that case, why do you even bother putting a few drops from the last batch and the one before it? With regards to their fermentation process, I don't think it's special. I think lots of brands use similar fermentation processes by using sound energy or shaking and different forms of light to grow the microbes and the bacteria. Perhaps La Mer's process is quite a while, but that's not to say that you can't already buy something that has been fermented for 3 or 4 months and use it in your skincare as you're making it. In all of my breakdown videos, I've said any fermented ingredient is anti-inflammatory. They all have anti-inflammatory properties. They hydrate the skin, they help the microbiome, thus helping with inflammatory mediators and cytokines, no matter the ingredients. Obviously, different ingredients will do different things, but it doesn't really matter what it is. Each ingredient will have a different property. Now, I'm no Dr. Huber, but I can tell you how to care for a burn if you've been experimenting. First and foremost, get to your doctor, go to the hospital. If you have an iron burn, a hair straightener burn, an oven burn, use Stratamed for 7 days. Then go on to Strataderm for the next 6 weeks, because this is clinically what we do in the year of 2023. Oh, Rudolph, darling, Rudolph, Rudolph, darling, I'm watching it on the talk.